Well, the Duclairon March 2017 update didn't do anything for the Americans on the Gretchen Kafori Commons last night after I was done with it. So they decided to sexually assault me again and to come into my apartment afterwards. It is a Thursday. Um, Remember, the video ended earlier today around midnight, a little bit after midnight, since I had started it around 10:40 p.m. last night. I had made some fried chicken wings, some fries, a piece of fish, and also a couple of shrimps. Well, apparently Gabrielle Franklin, who doesn't sleep at night and she stays up all night watching me on video cameras, listening to me on video cameras. Apparently her, Michael Bunn, Shea Barber, the two workers, okay, the manager and the assistant manager, and probably some other people like John MacArthur and others, they came into the apartment. I'm assuming, I don't know, I am assuming that these are the people that are doing this because of the gay community and the gay representative or gay representation that they have. This is outside of the lease. Everything that I'm telling you in these videos are outside of the lease. They're a violation of the lease, but they're outside of the lease. And this is the position I didn't know Americans can take in this country, is once the lease is signed, the application is in, they can take a different position. And this is the different position that I've been harping on. They came back in here, had sex with my cock again, and I don't know who. I'm assuming it was Gabrielle Franklin and whoever else, since I didn't go in and have sex with them last night or the night before for the last 8-9 nights. So they came back. The right foot is in pain. My scrotum, my balls are inflamed and in pain. I wrote an incident report, the same incident report that I showed you yesterday. I flipped it over and I wrote it and I submitted it. I showed Michael Bunn, the manager, the medication. I showed him the medication, and I left it on his desk. He told me to take it, but I thought it'd probably be best if he took it because I don't have a camera to take pictures with. So he showed me his disapproval with his face. Michael and I are not friends. Michael is a Gabrielle Franklin representative. I respect him as a manager, if that's the role that he wants to play, but and as a person, as an African American, but I'm not into the representation. And the last time I questioned Michael about the representation, Michael got pissed off. So I'm assuming that he is a gay man representing a Haitian woman who submitted to fornication and adultery. I'm not with the fornication and I'm not with the adultery that Gabrielle Franklin has accepted, embraced. I think it's disgusting that this is the kind of woman that she really is. I think it's gross that she's a fornicator and an adulterous woman. Both her and her husband, Andre Joseph, are adulterers. And then the son, Guy Franklin, he's a prostitute of some. He's a male prostitute. He can't stop fucking the world and the homosexuals. And when they introduced me to their world, they thought that I would become one of them and I would embrace them. I am not embracing these people and their fucking life. Pardon my, I'm not embracing it. I don't want it. I don't want anything from them. They disgust me. They make me feel their lust and their desires for each other, especially for the white man. You white guys, I would tell you to stay away from me because of the fact that when you feel that lust, it's not coming from me. It's coming from Gabrielle. It's coming from Melinda. It's coming from those people who are hidden in the background. Gabrielle's a fucker. She'll fuck you with her eyes closed and her eyes open. She will fuck you until the day she dies. That's the position that the devil has given to this woman. And she's in her 90s, and those with her are just as promiscuous. So any Haitian you see standing with Gabrielle have probably been with my cock. Okay, and and as a minister of the gospel, I gave it to you last night. If you watch Duclairon 2017 or March 2017 video. Near the end of the video, I basically gave you the spiel of why I take the position that I take. You know, I'm a God-fearing man. I'm not looking for another dude. You know, guys have the tendency, gay men have the tendency to make others feel them. I don't think that's the will of God. Okay, and I don't want to start talking about God because I'll go off on a tangent and just start preaching to you. But I wanted you to know that they came out again. That's the gist of the video. You know, and I wish I had means to contact the local police. My phone doesn't work. I wish I had means to contact the local police, file a report, file charges. I wish I knew where Gabriel was. I would have her arrested. And if I couldn't get her arrested, I wish I knew where she was and had a gun, and I would gun her down. And I would gun down every single one of those people who climbed through my window, who opened my door, and, you know, gave me shots to erect my cock so that they could use it and insult me. You know, I wish I had the means to bleed this woman, to literally decapitate her. I hate her. I hate Gabriel Franklin, and I hate the homosexual community who supports her. Gay black men who feel that they're Gabriels to me. I think they're disgusting that they didn't honor the person that God had made them to be. I think they're disgusting that they didn't honor the parents that gave them their name, and the parents and the name that they were given at birth, you know, on their birth certificate. I think it's a shameful, wicked way of dealing with internationals. I think it's gross that these men are sitting there eating each other's butts and cocks and balls and everything else as if they are eating a plate of chicken. I think it's sickening, and that's why there's a lot of diseases. And I'm cutting it down in front of this, I'm cutting it down right now, but it's no different if I was on my knees in front of balls and cocks and asses. It still is gross. It still is disgusting. Still is a sin, and it will be a sin until the day I die and the day they die. And the cravings of the woman. And one thing I want to tell you, young Christian men, unless you're, you know, if you're a God-fearing, if you're God-fearing young men, I don't need to know that or another, but, you know, and you have a woman in the back, and you can feel, you can distinguish between your spirit and how you feel about men and her spirit, and you can feel it from welling up from the inside. It's not always you who is feeling these things. You know, be mindful that there's another spirit. You know, God might have given you another spirit, you know, the spirit of a woman who longs and who lusts and who desires the embrace of a man. It may not necessarily be you. It may be that woman, and you're feeling her. So you may not be homosexuals, all of you that are in that community. You know, if there may be some of you in that gay community and you swear by the Bible that that's what you are, and same thing with the women, and it may not be you. It may be a woman who is who's been in that community for decades, and she's grown on that side, and she's embraced that side, and that's who you're feeling inside, you know, for other women or for other men. It may not necessarily be your own convictions or your own desires. So take that to heart. You know, for the gay side, I'm talking to those of you that are like me, that are struggling with these people, fighting with these people, because you want to keep not just a straight profile, but you want to keep a straight life. That Haitian woman is a demon, and you know, the what she loves most is cock, and what she loves most is to be promiscuous with other men. She doesn't care about work. She doesn't care about God. She doesn't care about the things that I care about. She doesn't care about the things that that I'm concerned of. You know, the things that I want to see live and do, and you know what I mean. So I would like to encourage those of you, those you young men and you young women who may be dealing with this in your households. It may not always be coming from your own heart. It may be coming from someone else, you know, who's seasoned in sin, in that act of disobedience. And so, you know, if you're in agreement with the New Testament scriptures and you're in agreement with the Word of God, don't push that aside. Okay, that may be God's way of saying that there's an alternative, and let the Word of God be the alternative. Don't go into their direction and ruin yourself.